Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, we've got another flashlight from Wuben to check out. This is the Wuben G5. Now, it is a little bit of a smaller light. I mean, these are 1-inch blocks on here, and it's shy of 2.5 inches long, but it is about, at its widest point, about 1.5 inches. About 1.5 inches wide. So it is a small little guy. But it's got some very interesting features, a couple of them that are kind of cool, and then one that has me just a tad bit concerned, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. But, I mean, pretty much solid construction. You do have you've actually got a switch here, and a rotary switch right there. So the first switch we're going to talk about is the lockout. Of course, there it's locked. If you press, it's not coming on. Take it to the flashlight mode, press it, and it does come on. Now, you've got this sort of like battery symbol there. Well, if you slide it up further, that's where you're going to find your charging port. Now, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit to get this. There we go. There's your charging port. USB-C, chargeable. Yes, it does come with a charging cable, and your battery is not replaceable in this one. Battery is definitely not replaceable. There is your on-off switch and your actuator switch. Press it once. Well, got to turn it on first. Press it once, and it will come on. Now, your rotary switch here on the side is going to change your brightness level. As you can see, as I'm turning it, now, did you see the blink? Do that again. It blinked at me. That says you can't go any lower. From what I'm seeing, we're looking at about, from the user's manual, it looks like 200 to 400 lumens is your range. So we're going to say that's 200 lumens. Now, rotate it back up. And you're going to keep going. And there you're going to get your 400 lumens. It blinks at you again, saying, hey, that's as high as you're going to go. Now we're going to go back down to the lower setting, and if you double press, there you go, double press, and you go straight to your 400 lumens. So you don't have to ramp all the way up. If you want bright light, just double press it. Click, it goes off. Turn it back on. It comes back on in low after going straight to turbo. It does have a memory mode, so if you ramp it up, turn it off, turn it back on, it'll come on right where you left it. Now, if you press and hold, oh, oops, I held too long. There we go. Press and hold. Oh, looky there. We got RGB, and now if you scroll through on your wheel, you can change. You got yellow, red, orange, purple, green, blue, and just keep, oh, there's yellow, and then going right through. So kind of interesting little light. Now, if you double click when you're in the RGB mode, red, green, blue, double click, you'll get a beacon mode. So double click in the white light, get your turbo. Double click in the RGB mode, and you get this beacon, colored light beacon. Now, this is only 10 lumens. So your light is not going to be very bright. And you'll see when we go outside, this light is definitely made for close-up work. I mean, it's a floodlight. There's no real defined hot spot as we've seen before. So it's definitely, for me, I call it a close-up work light. So the other interesting feature about this is the head, which we've seen in other Wuben models, the owl. You guys remember the owl, the X3, I think it was? This head rotates 180 degrees, which is a cool feature. You can hear it kind of clicking. I don't know if you can hear that. Kind of gets it into position, and it'll work. It'll work in any of those positions, and you can rotate it while it's on. It doesn't hurt it. Go through. For me, it's kind of easier to use it in the straightforward mode. Turn it back off. You do have a magnetic base. Now, I've tried this on a couple of different, and I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you put it on and then let it go, see how it's kind of sliding a little bit? That's because your magnet is right there. This is your magnetic piece. This side over here, not magnetic. So it does kind of droop a little bit on you. It seems to be, if you put it like so, it stays into position. If you put it flat, that side kind of droops on you a little bit just because there's no magnet there. So if you want it to kind of stay and stay well, kind of put it in the, I guess that would be the vertical vice horizontal position, however you want to look at it. Straight up and down, vice flat. There we go. Now, I did mention there's one thing that did kind of concern me, and that's your pocket clip right here. So you've got a pocket clip. Now, it is adjustable. You can pull out and you can turn it over to the side, flip it back over, and it will go to either side. So you can put it on either side, or you can keep it in the middle. But the one thing is, watch this little, if you notice, the clip is kind of loose, and I've tried to tighten it, but as you can see, it looks like there's a screw head in there, but you're not really going to get a screw head. You're not really going to get a wrench, an Allen, I think, or a T, whatever it is. You're not going to get that in there to tighten that up. So it's a little bit loose, and this obviously is not removable. So yeah, that kind of, it's kind of wiggly and wobbly. So it just doesn't seem overly sturdy to me as far as the pocket clip goes. So yeah, and now if you've turned it on and you're using your other hand, you can manipulate this if you for some reason need to change the angle of the head, you know, while you're using your other hand, you can do so. It's fairly easy, I think. Yeah, you can do it pretty easily. But, you know, overall, it's kind of a cool little light. It's got some different features. The one thing, like I said, the one thing that does bother me is the whole pocket clip. The issue with it just being, you know, a little loose and a little wobbly. But other than that, your operator interface, it's pretty good. There you go. Ooh. Oh, that's right. If it's off and you double press, you get the flashing lights. Press on. Let's do white light. All right, let's shut it off on white light. Double press. Yep, we get the flashing lights. Forgot about that. Ooh, flashing lights. Right on. So turn it off. Single press. You go right back to your flashlight. So let's go outside and we'll take a check of the beam pattern. I do believe it is raining again, so we're back to filming flashlights in the rain. We'll be right at home. We'll see you in a minute, guys. All right, so we got the G5 outside. There's the deck. I mean, we're on low right now. You know, according to the instructions, the user's manual, it looks like, you know, it's down to 2 lumens. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, we're low. There we go. We're going to roll it up. And it's a ramp. So there's low. We're turning it up. Turning it up. Keep going. There's a little more. So as you can see, we've just got a lot of flood. This is definitely a close-in light. Not really. I mean, I'm getting, you can kind of see the fence out there. You can see the reflection of the fence. Let's see. There we go. All right, so we reached the top. And you can just make out the fence out there, the corner of the yard. Definitely a floodlight. Close-in work light. That's pretty much what I'm looking at this as. And if we sit here, we can rotate it back down. You can see it closing in. And there we go. We got to the lowest point. But as you can see, when you roll it up, you got that flash there. That tells you you're as high as you're going to go. So, and according to the instruction manual, that looks to be about 400 lumens. So, very good. It's kind of hard to see if we have any visitors. I don't think we do. But, there you go. Just kind of an idea. Well, you know what? Let's do this. I am going to... Oop, there's red light. There's red light. We got it on the deck. We'll check that out. I mean, red light is not going to propagate very far, and at 10 lumens, it's just definitely not. So there we go. Back to the light. All right. I think we're done recording in the rain this time. Let's go back upstairs. All right, guys. So what do you think? I mean, obviously, it's a smaller light. From the beam pattern, it's definitely made for, you know, it's got the flood. To me, it's definitely made for that close-up, you know, more of a work light, so to speak. Definitely really doesn't have that search feature. Smaller light, 400 lumens. Yeah. But, I mean, it's very small, compact. It fits in the pocket really nicely. The only thing is, of course, that, you know, with that pocket clip, it just seems a little, the pocket clip just seems a little weak to me. But as you can see there, obviously that's what it comes with. You've got your charging cable, you've got your lanyard, you've got your key ring there. Now, this thing is going for $19.99. Now, Wuben asked me if I would drop this video at the time of the release. So, as you're seeing this, it is just released. It has just come out. It's dropping now. So, if you guys want to go check it out, please use the links down below. Now, to get this light for $19.99, that's what they're going to sell for. I don't know if that's going to change in the future, you know. But as of right now, $19.99. There is a 20% off code on Amazon. I also will put a code down in the description if you want to buy it directly from Wuben and get it for $19.99. So, decent little light, you know, nothing too spectacular. It's light, it fits in the pocket really well. You know, I mean, it's a single-handed operation for the most part. You know, you've got your wheel. Like I said, you can move this around pretty easily with one hand if you need to, if you're working. So, I do appreciate Wuben sending out the G5 to check out. Absolutely 100%. They've been very kind and very generous sending lights out, and I do greatly, greatly appreciate it. And as always, guys, I appreciate you for stopping by and checking out what I have to show you. In this case, the Wuben G5. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, guys. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Till next time, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.